you took from me and you threw away. The beat up and dirty, abandoned and lonely, you're to blame. So don't tell me that you wanted me to be there for you, 'cause it's over and you're sorry. You are who's to blame. 'Cause I can't breathe when you're nearing me. I can't sleep till you walk away. Why do you do this to me? I can't even look at your face. The way you laugh, it makes me sick. I can't breathe when you're nearing me. I can't sleep till you walk away. Why do you do this to me? I can't even look at your face. The way you laugh, it makes me sick. Just take a second and breathe. Let the pain and frustration wash away. Say you love and you need.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to FSB Racing Friday night. Winston Cup action. We're so excited to be at North Wilkesboro. I started talking before the fade-in completed. I'm your host, Sean Reap, with my partner, Milton Minter Jr., back from the operating table to the booth. I think everybody wants to know, how you doing, Milty?
Doing well as planned. Still a ways to go, but got a tumor removed off my neck, and it wasn't cancer, and it's a huge pain in the ass. I got a tube hanging
Oh, it's a
out
pain
of
in the
my
neck, dude.
ear, or neck, I guess. And I stink because I haven't had a shower in like a week. So, but nobody can smell me. So
I was gonna
I
say,
got
think,
some good happy pills. So we got that going for us.
I was gonna say, thank goodness smell-o-vision hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want to go there. Still wearing the same shirt I was wearing when I got operated on. So got a pin with a little drain tube. with a little bit of stuff in there. It's not draining very much anymore, so
Okay. He says as I
pretty
continue pouring
gross.
my soda here. I don't want to hear about drainage while I'm pouring. Uh, but we are definitely glad that you are in good spirits and with us for the long haul, Milty. Definitely glad to hear it. We got a good prognosis off of that little adventure. For tonight, we got some historic short tracking here tonight at North Wilkesboro. The uphill, downhill short track, and you see Christopherson smacking the wall there off 4. This place is rough. And let's get a look here at the starting grid. And you see Chris Beckman, your series admin, with the surprise pole grab there. You expect when you see Ken Shea show up at a short track, you look for Ken Shea on the pole, but he is in the rear with the gear, as Milty would say.
He was definitely dominating in practice, but what happened? I'm not too worried about the 91.
I'm going to say he either accepted the challenge from Slim Jim, because Slim's back there with him, and say either he wrecked in qualifying or he accepted Slim Jim's challenge. Because Slim will do that when someone's got the field covered like that in practice. He'll lay down the gauntlet and say, okay, let's see if you can come from the back now.
Well, it's not always a challenge. It's also maintain, staying away from the problems, and
I don't know. A short track, it sounds like you're putting yourself, out of the frying pan into the fire.
Well, with the smaller field and these pros, they're expecting, because they were definitely doing a whole lot of pit practice, so they're definitely expecting green flag stops here and progression through, I can outlast you, and that's definitely what they're thinking.
Well, the thing here with these guys know if they don't practice pitting, that's almost going to guarantee a green flag run, a full green flag race. So you always want to practice the pitting. So with the field set there, Chris Beckman, Jam and Jay Dulfer still just hot as a pistol right now on the outside front row there in that 63. He just keeps racking up those great qualifying runs, great finishes, and in fact,
and a win,
a Friday night win on just a couple weeks ago there. So he's looking good still. Shane Wisman loves this track.
It's all about COVID shots here, i.e. Johnson and Johnson.
No, J&J didn't. Did J&J do that? Oh, yeah, they did do one.
Or you could be Pfizer. I don't know.
I had Pfizer.
Or Moderna or...
Yeah, there's Moderna, J&J,
Johnson
and Pfizer.
Johnson here, they're fighting for a championship. And Ryan Johnson, this is the year that he proclaimed at the start and, not taking the admin duties on. And, I'm racing for a championship, and if you go to... any kind of social media and you watch his son, he's racking up some great finishes in real cars. Check him out there.
Drivers, to your cars.
They're getting through the rest of the field
Dad
quickly enough. Shane Wisman
be a
and
champion like his son.
Shane Wisman, Rick Johnson making up your 4th and 5th spot there, right at the top 5. Ryan Johnson outside row 3, starting P6.
Well, we got to make picks here, and I'm going. I've been watching the 34 all night. He's right. He was in the top 5 in practice, top 5 in watching his pit stops, and I think he could be due here. I'm going with the 34 of Shane Wisman.
That's a strong pick. He likes this track. I know he's had some great success here on Tuesday nights. So, look for the 34 to get up front and stay up front, just like how he's starting there inside row 2. Let's see.
Well, we've seen, new winners.
Drivers,
this year.
start your engines.
Why shouldn't that not continue?
I mentioned the uphill, downhill nature of this track. You notice as soon as their parking brakes released with the gentlemen start your engines, all the cars started rolling forward.
They started rolling, yeah.
They weren't under power yet. They were just rolling downhill.
Rolling. Keep them doggies rolling.
Man, who do I want to put a jinx on here? Sheesh.
Run them out. Right.
I think I think Ken Shea's got an uphill battle. He's definitely up to the challenge to do it. But, man, starting that far back makes me nervous. I think Ryan Johnson, I think he's pulled it out here before. He likes this track. I say
Well,
Ryan Johnson.
Dog's been texting me, asking me how I've been doing. One of my great friends, as we go
Green
green
flag.
here. And he was like, last week I, Monster, I called the 59 out and I texted him. Of course, dude was racing, so he probably didn't get that text.
No, probably not.
Or maybe he did, but it was like, get off your ass and win this thing. And you know what? He did. That was really, a power move from the 59. So we'll see how this goes. Main thing what you got to do, long race here. You got to chill and be in the mix here and then get something done.
I don't have sound from the second computer, and I know why.
Got to stay on the lead lap here. Very hard to pass. Guys, the farther back you are, you could lose spots here, so it's a little dangerous for these guys like Slim Jim. But he's got the 91 in front of him, and they're moving up like a freight train.
And look off the back bumper, Rick Castle there.
75, and he gets by him. Andy Wilhite looked good in practice here. He's starting to get his feel of what it takes to run in this league. And every account and talking to him, he's definitely, enjoying his run here. And that's the main thing. Have fun. Work to get better. It's a pro league. If it was easy, anybody could do it. Field's going to spread out here. I'm not, I don't want to be a foreseer of fortune, but not expecting a lot of cautions here, and we haven't had those in the past. A couple, and then this thing goes green. All about green flag stops, execution, and speed.
Yeah, sometimes those tracks where you really got to concentrate and fight the track more than the cars around you, it causes them to buckle down, give each other a little more room, and just focus on bringing the car home, and you get those nice long green flag runs as a result. But I tell you, Ken Shea is wasting no time here. He's all over. Josh Elliker making a rare Friday night start here. Number 47 Pop-Tarts machine.
Great pro vet, winner, champion.
Yeah, Josh Elliker is at least a chicken run, truck, and Super Speedway Series champion. Great driver.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I have had many battles with Josh. I can attest.
Back in my day, I got to race against him too.
He's one of the best in the business at super speedways, hands down.
Johnson versus Johnson. Looking at the points here, Rick versus Ryan.
Again, no relation.
On that text machine, texting Ryan, come on, Ryan. You better get your stuff together here. Let's go. Right now, Ryan's doing what he do. He got business in front of him here with the 124 Rick Castle. A great start from these pros.
Shane Wisman, while we were talking about all that, Shane Wisman got around Chris Beckman for the lead.
And that's my dog right there. He just looked so solid with all his execution in practice. Watching him before I got on, really got a good feeling. Long way to go. We're going to see now what happens when you pass early, and if you can maintain that and see what the 41 Chris Beckman is definitely knows how to manage tires here. So now let's see how that works. That Ozark Highlands Trail. Now look at all the sponsors on there. Duluth Trading. And I guess you got to get some new undies, you know. They got some cool undies, you know, in those commercials. But hopefully he won't need some new ones here. It could happen.
Meanwhile, they've already dealt with their first lap car of the evening. Brad Otto in the number 31 Wolfpack Racing colors.
Yeah, Fresno native 1, 2, 3, 4, United States Marine Corps. That car has not looked good from practice. It just has not had the speed. I can feel them, man. You know, I mean, sometimes these tracks, like these half-milers, a little more than half-milers, sometimes the mustard's off the hot dog, and you just can't, you know, maybe they didn't get it right from practice to qualifying here and the race. So that car is definitely not the pace Brad would like.
Ryan Johnson finds himself looking at the mirror full of Western Auto colors there, as Jim Christopherson has begun to nip at his heels.
Well, you know, I mean, in practice, when Wisman's seeing the 23 and the 91 just dominating, did he think he would be in the lead early in this race? Now you're going to grab your ass with two hands here and go, okay, I'm in the lead. You know, how am I going to deal with this? You know, look at his pace here. Last lap 21.187, best lap 29.13. Still early in the run here at 21 laps. What can we do here, Sean, as far as laps?
Oh man, this is a short track. I think tires are going to be more of an issue than fuel.
Absolutely.
I think you're probably looking at
probably go halfway. Tires won't do that. What are we looking at? Like maybe 50 laps?
I think 40, 50 being the absolute ceiling for how long you don't want to push tires around here.
40 would be the number to split it into 3 stops, right?
Yeah, that's the number I'd be looking at coming out here, because there's no way you're making it to 80.
Mullerfield and Profield, and got to think right now, as I thought as a driver when I was analyzing this race and looking at the skill of these drivers, I'm thinking I've got to execute if I was driving and expect green flag stops here. Like you and I were saying before we went live, you know, of course you got to practice pit stops, but I think this is one that you really need to nail, which looking at, you know, how they were stopping a little bit easier than some of the tracks we run that are small tracks like Dover or
Well, Dover's got one of the hardest pit entries in the entire
this
circuit.
is a little bit easier. You can see the big red wall right there you don't want to hit.
I've won 9 times at Dover, and I still get scared every time I come into pit there.
Well, that's why you won, because if you ain't scared, you better buy a dog, you know. You better respect this stuff, or you're not going to survive.
We got a nice little scrap forming here between the 23 and the 91 as they knife their way through the field, starting in the back. Already up inside the top 10 for Slim Jim, who's a little slideways off for. With
I don't think this
91.
is what they expected as far as being able to move up. If they did not qualify on purpose, they're probably kicking themselves right now because they're definitely in a hole here.
Nah, I mean, there's so much racing left to do. I know these guys. They're cool as the other side of the pillow. They're not panicking. They know what they've got to do. They know what's in their control, and they're not worried about the rest.
Focusing on that Husqvarna 52, Rick Johnson, the co-goat. He's got so many championships, he had to build a separate wing to put all the trophies. And,
63 Adolfo around.
Did he hit anything? I don't think so.
He didn't hit anything, and there's no caution. So both lucky and unlucky for Jason Dolfer in the 63.
He got that going pretty good there. What does his car got left as far as tires here?
They definitely made the tires angry. Good news is we're 10 laps from that 40-lap split you're talking about.
Looking on the scanner here, no pit stops here. Tom Jackson asking to get lapped there. Good job.
Let's see what happened to Jammin' Jay here on the replay. He was running P3, looking good, and yeah, he just got a little loose off the back stretch and kissed the inside wall. He might have been going slow enough not to do any damage. It's not a hugely aero-dependent track, but
well, that's not the kind of kiss that I would like.
Yeah, with the loss of track position.
Doris Gately in the house again.
Yeah, cheering on Slim again.
That slow spin right there, and that's great car control to minimize the damage, but that stuff comes out of nowhere. It really does. You don't expect that. As Slim Jim went by. Well, Doris always so proud of Slim, and she should be. When you talk about the definition of a man, that's a man right there. Family, work, and then
Fishing.
sim racing. Fishing, then sim racing.
Yep.
All over the back of Westman is the 41 here. Now, eventually we'll talk to Chris here.
He got his hands full right now.
But he got his hands full right now. It's good stuff, but I smelt this. Oh, man, I'm telling you, the Westman been so good all year, but tonight, just watching his consistency.
Well, we got 4th, 5th, and 6th in their blanket here. Ryan Johnson.
Here need caution, or they need to decide if they're going to box early here. We're coming up on the pinch point here at 40 laps. Obviously,
yeah.
4 times 4 is 16. You can do the math, folks. Smells green, looks green. You got to race like it's green. As a driver and a crew chief, you got to think big, and then if something happens, then you got to adjust. You can't hope something happens. You have to go with what you see in front of you, and that's green flag stops coming up here.
Oh, look at these 4 all packed in together there.
And that makes
Christopherson, Johnson, Slim, and Shea. As Ryan Johnson looks like his car is starting to go away, and he's going to surrender 3 spots
like
here.
You said, 23, 91 worried? No, they're in the top 5 now, working the 40 car. Christopherson, and the thing is when you you start from the back, sometimes you can save tires. And when you start farther up, Slim Jim has to get out of it and stab the brakes a little bit. And the 91 sees that, and no harm, no foul. That could have been bad.
Now, we're in the window where people might try the 3-stop strategy. Don't see any takers so far. The 2-stop strategy is another 11 laps away if they go to 53.
Well, lap times are already over a second and a half almost. Slim Jim Gately 21.4. Last lap 29 is best lap. So, that's more like a half second.
Well, Shane Wisman.
That's going to continue to degrade if you stay out there on old tires.
Yeah, Shane Wisman's showing about the same. He's set the fastest lap of the race at a 20.913, and his last lap is a 21.55.
Okay, we got something on the scanner.
0.6 fall off there for Wisman.
No, just cordialities here. Nothing solid for pits yet.
Yeah, I think we're going to see everybody on the 2-stop strategy.
So that means they're going to go.
So look for it after lap 50. That's where you're going to start seeing cars come in, is my guess.
Oh, thank you, smart brother. Nose to tail. Look at this battle here. You're the 34 of Wisman here. This ain't his first rodeo, as far as on Friday nights TV, not so much either now, so, and he's gapping the 41 here. He's dictating this race. What you want to do is, you're the leader, so execute that stop. Let them make the mistakes. You don't have to be a hero here. I mean, I'm paraphrasing because, his driving style and skill is definitely has, just been exemplary. So, but if I was in that car and I'm thinking right now, I'd be, stressing a little bit, because I know I gotta. And I've handled this race so far. I'm the best car out there. Don't mess this up.
Rick Johnson lets several cars go by here.
Tick, 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 tick. 52 pitting. 124 pitting.
That explains why 52 was letting people go. So here he is at exactly lap 50.
Rick Johnson racing for a championship here down pit road. Highlight racing execution. Beautiful. Down. Perfect stall placement. He always has that car pointed a little to the right there for his exit, as does the 124. These guys miss nothing here. All these little nuances that we see. It's just not easy, folks. Exiting pit road, Rick Johnson. Who's going to be next?
Rick Castle also done with his service.
Nothing on the scanner.
Josh Elliker on pit road in the 47 car.
Josh, longtime veteran, winner, champion. Been a while since we've seen him on Friday night, but dude can roll.
115 of Dave Ellens.
Pop-Tarts. Car. 4 tires.
41 of Chris Beckman.
Oh, sitting there a little bit. Oh,
Yeah, here comes everybody.
Man, that was like an eternity. What was that, fuel or what? 41 down into the second spot down pit road. Green flag stops as the 63 goes by the 47. Man, I don't know what was up with the 47 crew there. Maybe fuel took forever. My gosh.
Maybe he was fixing some damage.
Beckman out of pit road. Let's see how this works out. The leader.
Yeah, Shane Wisman just came down now. He's down and away.
Wisman down, away, and out.
Here comes Chris Beckman at full song. And Wisman's going to hold serve.
Come on, son. Says on his deck lid, don't be a jerk. Recycle. You see that on the back there? Kentucky Cold Storage. Cold snacks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
On Tucky. That's a beautiful car right there. And he should recycle into P1.
Yep, he's got his constant shadow. 41 still with him.
Like a wet blanket.
So Jason Dolfer and Pops Markison, DJ Sorrentino, those are your top three right now. They have not yet pitted.
63 still in the lead. Hasn't pitted yet. Jason Dolfer, as he's getting past. What's up with Jason there? He's definitely off the pace.
Is he trying to make it a one-stop?
That's got to be his plan here.
You know, DJ Sorrentino, gets...
That would be 80 laps, folks.
Yeah, DJ Sorrentino gets loose in front of Shane Wisman, almost goes for a spin. That's the danger about trying to stay out like that.
And definitely staying out. P1.
Yeah, Jason Dolfer's running a second slower than anybody else on the track right now. Pops Markison hitting pit road, looks like.
That's a Ryan Johnson strategy. Ryan Johnson says, dude, I got to get by. And he gets by. Can this work?
Oh, Tom Jackson loose on the bottom, and I think he saved it from being a caution here. We're getting real lucky with these cars getting out of shape, going to the inside, not drawing the caution flag.
Yeah, Dolfer gets by Pops Markison there, exiting pit road.
And Jam and Jay still your leader.
Pops has got the speed here, so he's going to want to get by the 63.
Here it comes. Here comes the 63 to pit road now.
Dolfer, and that won't get you halfway.
Well, I think maybe his strategy was he was playing for a caution flag. Oh, and there it is. There's the caution flag he needed, and Dave Ellens gets a part. Shane Wisman gets a piece of it.
He got down pit road, and the caution is out.
Oh, he sped off of pit road, though. He just had to keep rolling down it. Oh, this is going to make a huge mess.
91 going slow. Is that the 91 that got into it, or?
Wisman got a piece of it.
Good.
Jason Dulfer sped down pit road. That's going to make a even bigger mess of all this. You got 2 cars heading down.
Cars
Pit road
down
is
pit
open.
road. Pit road is
Okay,
open.
pit road's
so
open there with a
they're
pace car
pitting.
passing by. Oh, this is going to throw everything into disarray. Because Dulfer is still scored as the leader.
91 and 23 down pit road. Service right next to each other. This is playing right into their hands, I think. I don't know, man. This stuff's getting jiggy here. The 23 lost some time there, and he had maybe contact with the 59, but he gets by. The 91 got out clean and green. Great stop for Ken Shea.
Meanwhile,
Not
here
sure,
is
the
meanwhile.
52, backing it off there are their penalties.
Jason Dulfer definitely has a penalty. He's currently showing black flag status.
Johnson is getting something in his ear there because he is not. He backed way off. Oh my gosh.
Here's the source of the caution. It looks like, did Jason Dulfer retire? No. So DJ Sorrentino spun by himself, caught Dave Ellens. Oh, Shane Wisman got a large chunk of that.
Oh, no way.
See how hard he hit. Just smacked the inside wall a little bit.
Oh, parked cars there. Well, that can't help. That's for sure. Oh, man.
You can see the confusion right now is between...
Yeah, nowhere for Wisman to go. He actually put himself in the wall trying to get down low there. Yeah. Gotta be kidding me. Yeah. Right.
Still confusion on the track as to where everybody needs to line up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Jason Dulfer is the only car on the lead lap, but he's got an end of longest line.
Well, this has been the whole season has been, excitement. I mean, it hasn't been blah, 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 and, the same guy's going to win. It's not happening this year. That's racing. We got a lot of new winners, and we had a chance for another one here.
So back to green. Chris Beckman takes the start as the leader, but he is in second place on the tail end of the lead lap. The leader is still Jason Dulfer in the 63, all the way at the back of the field, because he had the penalty for speeding off of pit road when that caution came out, and he's got another penalty for passing under yellow.
Yeah, that's not gonna. Man, Wisman makes the pass.
Whoa!
Oh, and the 47 and Elker goes. The mustard was off the hot dog, but
Yeah, watch here on board Shane Wisman's car.
No
Woo!
blood. Oh, shoot.
This is going to cycle Shane Wisman back to the lead.
What does Wisman have left here after? Did he have damage? Did he get it fixed? I don't think so.
Jason Dulfer is being held on pit road. The night went from good to worse.
Lost it, dude. I mean, the cuffs are on now. Oh my gosh. gonna run 180 here in
Caution on
Carolina.
Speedway.
And the caution is out. I mean, like, I'm trying to digest this, and now you gotta digest something else. Car stopped waiting for the pace car. As per this sim, pace cars, Johnny Rutherford, they're a little bit slow there.
That involved both your championship contenders there. Both Johnsons, Ryan and Rick, involved in this one.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You can't write this stuff up here.
Looks like pretty minor contact for Rick.
Scenario this whole season. It's like you don't show up to watch and expect things to be status quo, because it is not.
Well, Shane Wisman is back to the lead. Jason Dulfer is now a lap down.
Does he have
but
damage? The car looks
Jason
good.
Dulfer is not the lucky dog. It's going to be Josh Elliker. We got some greetings to catch up on here. Richard Kandari here cheering for Jam and Jay. Yeah, sorry you just watched that all fall apart.
Yeah.
JF Gooden tuning in here. Francis Dittman, good to see the bandit, as always. Hopefully Betsy's feeling better.
Winner. Francis.
Rick Johnson down pit road to get his car attended to after that little contact there with Ryan Johnson.
We have a little running joke, me and Jim Ray, because Francis Dittman beat us at the Indy 500. And we always think about Stripe. What was that movie, Stripes? You know. Okay, Francis. I can't remember. It's probably not PG there or but he beat us. We will never get over that.
Nope.
You lose. He wins. Good to see you, Francis. Hope all is well.
And Jim Ray checking in.
What's up, Jimmy? My driver for my surgery last week, dude, he put a 15-hour stint in get me to Stanford, Palo Alto, California, 3 hours away. Came from Visalia, came up here, picked me up, drove me there, stayed there while I had surgery, and drove me home. As they say in iRacing, 0X. That means no crashes, no bumps, no errors. Great friend. I met him doing sim racing. Who'd have thought we'd have all these great friends throughout the 18 years of FSB as we go green. And Wisman's not lying about here. Come on, son.
Well, Jam and Jay is back in the lucky dog spot. And here comes another caution. 41 around. 41 around in the 3 and 4 here. Caution should be on the speedway. That's going to give Jason Dulfer the lead lap back.
He should still have a good car here. I mean, cautions breed cautions, and Wisman. Oh, that car looks good. A little scrape against the inside wall. He's been the best car all night thus far, but he's got those wolves behind him. That 91 and that 23, they're pretty good. they on the charge here.
There you see more problems for the 52, as well as his teammate 41 Chris Beckman.
It just you never know, man. Man, yeah. This was not their plan. I know, you know, I was Rick's teammate for a lot of years, and you know, his enemy for a lot of years. As Dolphin goes down pit road, I know how he thinks, and they were planning to be here at the end, you know. No, you got to regroup here. A long way to go still. Just past the halfway point.
Right on board Slim Jim for the initial contact here. So you just got it in there a little deep. Didn't quite have the room he wanted. Two of them got together and around they go. Well, Squeegee has worked his way from the back to the front. He's now sitting there P2 knocking on Shane Wisman's door.
Yeah, Slim definitely thought the 41 knew he was there and would give him a little more room there, but you know he had the momentum there. I definitely think you know Slim you know regrets that move. But that's racing. You either go for a gap or you don't. If you don't, you're no longer a racer. That's what Ayrton Senna said. But you don't go for a gap you don't think's there. That was a legitimate, you know, try to pass moment there. And, you know, that's a racing incident right there. But that's one on Slim. So. He's good, you know. Another one, you know, you got to park it. It's funny talking to my teammates running iRacing. I had a teammate run a race. It was 200 some odd laps, and they had like 49 cautions and like, you know, 140 inks, you know. In FSB, you get 2, and you got to park it, you know. I mean, you can say, you know, what you want about pro racing. This is pro racing. You make 2 mistakes, you got to park it, you know.
Back to green here on lap 87 of 160, just a little past halfway. Shane Wisman back in control, but having to hold off the barking dogs of 91.
What's up,
91. Ken Shea in that Super B. He smells the lead and he wants it. And Slim Jim. Slim's got a race with an incident possibly on his head, but he still wants to get up there. See if he can take this one too. Rick Castle having a solid run here. Worked his way up to 4th place.
And Mama, you don't want to see these 2 guys behind you, and here comes Ken Shea. You know,
He's got the run.
Here he comes.
Shane Wisman loose on that high groove. Woo, he barely held on to that.
Look, that's smart cool. I would do exactly the same thing. I know who these guys are. Get back in line, and we know how fast they are. Now work the problem here.
And what he didn't do was create a problem and knock the right side off his car. Josh Elliker serving some kind of black flag coming off pit road now.
Elliker down low, down pit road.
He had a black flag on the restart. Must not have been lined up right. Must have gotten pegged for passing under caution.
Well, you know, there's a lot of things that happen when you come back with which I've done. Imagine if I came back after years, I'd be grabbing my butt with two hands. It's definitely, it's like, are you kidding me? Well, I forgot about that.
Short tracks, because of the
Stuff
geometry,
happens.
sometimes that just happens when you're trying to pit.
Exactly. And how the game sees, how you line up at the start finish line, especially when crashes happen at the start finish line.
Or as you saw in the couple cautions ago, when that flag waves during pit stop sequences. It's just pandemonium.
Well, we're looking at the lap times now here. Wistman in the high 20s. His best lap, 1/100th of a second from this when he was leading. So he is pushing, but yet he is going backwards as these guys are running 29s flat for Slim Jim and 29.57 for Ken Shea. And they just, opened up the Christmas present here. And, okay, here we are. Let's go. Remember us? We're pretty good. Yeah, all around 20 seconds. 29 for Shea. 20.023 for Slim Jim, coming up on him. 21.025 and 21.132. So Wistman may have damage in that car. He's been the fastest car all night, running the 20s.
No, we have a new fastest lap, actually. Not sure when he said it, but Slim Jim has fired off a 20.834 at some point.
Does Wistman have damage?
No, I think what he's got is he's got Slim Jim and Ken Shea in his windshield.
Well, he's definitely in his windshield because these guys are pretty good.
Oh, 87 Tom Jackson saves it, which is good because my mouse freaked out and wouldn't advance cars there.
Well, Rick Johnson needs to get to going here because Ryan Johnson is pointing him right now as he lets the 63 by. He understands, and the 40 too. Really got rooted out there. 59, I don't know what he's got here, but now he's got, his nemesis, for the World Championship here behind him.
Plus, he's got a race with an incident potentially on him. I believe it was him getting loose in front of Rick Johnson that got the two of them tangled up.
Yeah, so what does that Buick have left here?
A little damage to the back end. Tom Jackson power slides it.
Jackson sideways in front of him. That'll get your sticker to pecker. No harm, no foul, no blood. Rick Johnson gets to get a run on him, and he knows what his meat is here. That's that other Johnson. They are not relation.
Not related. Well, we got Chris Beckman sneaking into the booth here. He retired after that last incident there. Was car just too banged up, or didn't want to have to fight your way back up there?
Yeah, we're just out here to win the race. So once we banged up the sheet metal there, figure we'd put it in the infield and let these guys race. I think the 91 and the 23 are kind of the class of the field. I think Shane and I were close, but a little step behind there. So interesting to see what happens. I'm kind of looking at the pit strategy. We went green with about 80 to go there. Got about 54 to go here. I think they're in that window if they wanted to start short pit, and you may see somebody hit pit road here pretty quick.
Well, we saw Jason Dulfer go.
If you're thinking that and talking that and smelling that, then your teammate in the 52 is definitely thinking that.
We saw Jason Dulfer go 66 laps in that first run, though.
I think that's pretty. I mean, you can do that for a one-off, but I don't think you're going to do that all night. I mean, when you get about 45 laps in, I mean, you're begging your crew chief, hey, put the sign up. I'd like to go in and get some tires. So
yeah,
we'll
but
see
if
what
you got
happens.
everybody trapped a lap down like he did there, and then he threw it away by speeding off of pit road when the caution came out.
Yeah, 10-4. It is that risk. I mean, somebody's going to have to take a risk. See, you just can't beat those top two guys without doing something
No,
here.
you have to, basically at this point, you just have to do the opposite of what they do.
Well, Dulfer been a lap down. Now he's back up to P6 there. What does he have left? He's working on the 40 of the highway, man, and the 124.
Yeah, Jam and Jay, he's going to kick himself later.
With the Johnsons here, I mean, you got to think big picture, right? I mean, as the 40 looks down low on Rick Castle.
Yeah, this is trying to say Jam and Jay's going to kick himself later when he realizes he didn't have to speed off of pit road when the caution came out before. He was already on pit road. He could have gotten his service, and he still would have had everybody trapped a lap down.
Yeah, 10-4. I was wondering about that in real time. So
yeah, that speed to get off pit road thing only matters if you are the one in danger of going a lap down. So if the caution comes out while you're on pit road and you think you might lose a lap from it, then you go. But if you're the leader when that happens, you're safe.
That's tough in the heat of the moment to make that call. I understand why Jason would speed off just
Yeah.
in case,
Well, we saw it be a good thing last week with, I think, Pops from CCR visiting. He sped off pit road when a caution came out, and it saved his bacon. But that was a totally different situation. He was going to lose a lap. And I've done the same before. Heck, I've entered a closed pit just to get my flat left sides changed so I could beat the pace car. And save myself that way too.
Well, I did not see this coming earlier. Ken Shea did not look like Ken Shea, but now he's looking like Ken Shea.
Ken Shea likes, you know what Ken likes? Ken likes clear track in front of him, so he can just sail off into the sunset, and that's what he's got right now.
Well, and he gets a little bit loose. Watching him throughout the years perfect his craft, and I think it's just man, whenever that 91 shows up, they're gonna be worried, man.
23's up pit road here, guys.
So he's got some kind of strategy working here.
Yeah, 42 to go when he comes back around and gets service. I think that's a pretty good call. He's going to maximize his tires here, I think.
So that's the undercut right there. So what's the 91 going to do? How long is he going to go? Because Slim's definitely doing the undercut. He will be faster.
Shane Wisman's doing it as well.
I think those guys are all going to hit in. It'd be interesting to see,
Wisman, I'd definitely do that, yeah.
Be interesting to see if the 63, 59, 52, if some of those guys stay out, like you said, Sean, and really stretch it, try and get them a lap down.
Well, they need points for the championship, and, maybe they'll get a caution, but it doesn't smell caution.
I would put money on Jam and Jay trying to do the long run again. I think, wait, did I just hear Shea clutching? Let's go on board with him. I could have sworn I heard his motor cut Maybe not. Maybe it was just another car coming in and out of frame. Oh, he's coming in. He's coming in hot.
And here he goes down pit road.
There you go, with exactly 40 left to go. It was an aggressive exit of the corner and then pointed straight to the inside. I almost thought he had a problem.
You can't let these guys undercut you. I mean, you know, as the caution comes out, you're still going to be out in the lead.
Yeah, he stayed up just that extra lap or two, so maybe he's just got that little bit of tire advantage.
There's not a huge fall off anyway. He ran a 21.3 the lap prior. Everybody else is running, 21.6s and 8s.
We'll see if Slim can be ahead of him when he comes out here. I think that's going to be tough for Ken.
Yeah, it's the only thing he's got to worry about. Here comes Christopherson. He's stayed on the track and inherit the lead. There's Slim coming through turn 1 and 2, and he doesn't quite get there. Most importantly, Ken's going to find himself in the lucky dog spot. Listen to how gentle Jay is being in the 63 car. We're on board with him right now on the right side of the screen, and he's just floating that car. I fully believe he intends to run this thing dry.
He did such a good job of that earlier in the
30,
race.
what,
I didn't even
35
notice.
laps to go?
Well, you know what was also remarkable about that, Chris,
Make it
is
from here? Or-
yeah, he could. He got turned sideways at one point at the beginning of that run and saved it on the infield without hitting anything too hard, and still managed to go 66 laps longer than anybody else.
So what are we looking at? Is he a lap ahead of the field or what?
No, right now Dulfer is 2 seconds back of your leader, Jim Christopherson.
They're going to catch him, right?
Yeah, the 91 and the 23 just unlapped themselves too. So
Yep.
They're going to catch him. He needs a caution, and then he'll have to that track position.
Yeah, that's the play. You want to try and trap as many cars a lap down as you can.
He's got one win, I mean, winning this league is, you got to take chances. So, got an opportunity in front, and he's smart enough to think of it, and let's work it and see what happens.
Meanwhile, you also got the 40 of Jim Christopherson and the 124 of Rick Castle. They're both out there in front of Jim and Jay right now. They might also be working the same thing.
I think we've got 5 cars here that are out in front of.
Yeah, the Castle, the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson, Rick Johnson, they're out there as well. I don't think they're not in quite the position to potentially capitalize on this as your lead 3 are, but they are still out there.
And it is a smart strategy by these guys. Like you said, Sean, they got nothing left to lose. They might as well roll the dice and see if they can get track position here should a caution come out.
Caution, very unlikely, but you never know. It's racing.
Track position is so key at short tracks.
The highwayman, on point. Where did he come from? 30 to go.
75, Andy will height down pit road.
All night long, and there he is, folks.
I think those skid marks going into pit road belong to Ken Shea on that aggressive stop a few laps ago. But no flag, and he's still going. He's in a good position. Francis says he's going to be back next season. He wants to change his number to 199. What's with the change from the iconic 00, man? I've raced one season in another league with the number 10 instead of 62, and I felt naked the whole time.
What do you think, Milt? If these top three guys, if their strategy is going to work, we're going to need a caution here probably the next 10 laps, I'm thinking.
I think so. I mean, I just don't see how it's going to pan out. When we look at who's on what lap here, guys are coming. Last lap for Christopherson, 21.9. Not bad. Can you make that the whole way? Rick Castle down pit road.
Rick Castle down at 25 to go.
So he gives up second position to get hit pit road.
Well, he's the first one to bite of these long run drivers.
Here comes Ken Shea like a herd of turtles. 29, almost his best lap. That lap before passing Rick Johnson. He is, he's on a mission here.
Rick Johnson already a lap down. Got Dave Dulfer cheering on Jam and Jay. Jason's up to P2.
I was teasing Ken and Jim in the driver's meeting. I said, did I miss the memo about starting in the back tonight?
Yeah, did they say anything about that, or did they just have a problem in qualifying?
Nothing was said, so I'm not quite sure what happened there.
P5, but can they go the distance? I don't know.
For a while, it looked like we might go green in this race after that long start. I was starting to wonder if that strategy was going to bite them.
It was scary to see how much they were closing on us that second run. They were really coming.
Yeah, I mean, there's hardly anybody as fast at a short track as Ken Shea, and Slim's no slouch himself.
Yeah, I mean, Wisman has got great pace, but he's back in P6.
Me and Shane had a great battle here in the Chicken Run last season. He's no slouch at this track, man.
He's good. He flies around this place.
Had some contact on the inside wall early, missing one of those cautions. It couldn't have helped, but the car looks good. But
Ken Shea has caught Ryan Johnson.
You restart, you never know. And then once you get those studs out there in front, and they get open brain and air on the nose, can't foresee that.
Ryan Johnson surrenders third to Ken Shea here.
I'm going to keep an eye on the 40 car here. He's got to be getting ready to pit.
Rick Johnson goes by Ryan Johnson, which is his championship, implications here. And Ryan Johnson is letting the 23 by 2. The 59 is definitely off the pace a little bit. Still some races to go here, so. But Rick Johnson, with all the battles, he definitely needs to make hay with the 59 here to try to win this championship. There's a trophy involved here. Ryan Johnson said at the beginning of the year, this is my whole focus here. I'm not going to admin this year, which he has done for years, and I'm going to focus on the championship here. And it's been a battle like he would not want it any other way, but he's going backwards. And
But
he's passed by everybody here.
But he's got a full lap on Rick Johnson.
Well, he's playing. He knows what he has to do here.
Meanwhile, 91's going to catch the 40 before the 40 pits, I think.
Isaac,
It looks that way.
Getting great finishes in real racing, and a champion here. He wants to put a trophy up on that mantle. next to some of his, besides the ones he's already got, but he would love to get one on Friday night.
Yeah, 40 just goes ahead and yields the position.
Yeah, he knows there's no use fighting this. Slim hasn't had quite the same success coming up through traffic as Ken has. Not sure exactly what happened to the 23.
Knowing the professor, maybe he's saving some tires just in case there's a caution, I don't know.
I think that's going to be a moot point because everybody's going to pit unless there's, like, a handful of laps to go.
So you're saying they're going to have to stop again here? There's no way they can make it.
I think the 40 and the 63 are going to have to stop. That's a heck of a run if they can stretch it all the way.
Well, they're
Ken Shea,
getting close to it.
21-2, still just scorching it. With coming up on 10 to go. Mama, there goes that man. Remember me in this yellow car?
Yeah, there's
I'm
the
pretty
23.
good.
There's the 23. He finally got through traffic and is catching up to the 40 here.
Yeah. You think they can make it on fuel here, right?
Fuel, yes. Tires, I'm shocked.
Yeah, I'm going to be impressed if the 40 and the 63 both make it. That'll be a great job by those two drivers.
41-1-9-5 last lap. Still not lying about here for Ken Shea.
There we go. Slim finally moves himself into P2. Shane Wisman now sets his sights on Christopherson.
That's great work there, but this 91 guy has got their number here.
Yeah, he gone.
Can he make it stick? Christopherson falling back there now. I mean, he's really off the pace there and lets the 34 and the 124 by. Giving up P3, he's got not much left.
I have to imagine that right front is looking pretty rough on that 40.
Yeah. It's ugly. It's like hitting a dog on the freeway. You don't want to do that. Oh, Dilfer into the wall. I think he might have blew a tire. I don't know.
Yeah, he looks to have a tire down.
Yep, I think the right front went on the 63. Like I said, those guys are really pushing it.
That thing is done. Can he get down low?
Oh, look at the replay
I
here.
don't think the caution's going to come out. It's still green as he's down pit road. You know,
Tough break for
great
Jason.
battle for Jason, but not going to be his night.
Oh, you can see it go down and bam into the outside wall, like we've seen so many
that's what
times.
we're talking about here. These guys are all thinking right front. Can I make it? That's a spot for Rick Johnson here over Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson still got him a lap down. Rick, yeah, though, that looks like Ryan will still finish on the lead lap. Ken Shea won't catch him quite in time to lap him.
Slim Jim about to lap Rick Johnson here.
Oh, and the 40.
Ken Shea, all of them.
40 now appears to have a tire down.
Last lap. from like last place.
Looks like he will limp it home, but yeah.
Oh, maybe he does still have the tire up and he just got loose.
And there's your winner, Ken Shea.
Ken Shea.
Norwegian Wood, isn't it good?
Man, I wasn't going to pick him because of the start in the back. I thought that was going to put him in too much of peril to get caught up in something, but there he was, proving why he's the short track ace.
Well, last week he definitely was, as Shane Wisman gives him a love tap there. Last week was not what he wanted to see happen, but, he is human. And tonight, all of there goes that man. Remember me?
So you're, where's the button I want? I want that button. Your finishing order there. Ken Shea, again, your winner. Average speed 94.183 miles per hour. Slim Jim Gately comes in P2, almost 6 seconds behind, 5.876 to be precise, and 6.5 seconds back. Shane Wisman, strong run all night, led the most laps
still
by far.
Great run for Shane.
Yeah.
I knew he'd be strong.
Yep. Yeah, Dorska, this is a great race indeed. Slim ran a great race there, starting in the rear, charging up to P2. Christopherson, fantastic final run there. He made it. 15 seconds back. Didn't quite work out for the win, but still brings himself home in the top 5. And rounding out your top 5 is Ryan Johnson. Last car on the lead lap. He was right there in the windshield of Ken Shea, but managed to bring it home on the lead lap with Rick Johnson one spot behind.
Does this give Rick still a chance here for the championship? I mean, right there,
Yeah, this is going to give Ryan, exactly 1 point gained on Rick tonight. It's not a lot, but... Oh, yeah, the JF Godin points out the Canucks. I actually don't follow hockey at all. This is Dan Jones.
Canadian.
Yeah, Dan Jones, my Canadian buddy, sent me a
right
bunch of
there.
shirts, and I just happened to grab this one today.
Points should be up, hopefully, Sean.
Excellent. All right, Milty, if you can go gather up our
how many
podium.
races we got left here?
This was race 8, so we got 4 more.
So, I mean, it's basically versus Johnson for the championship here.
Pretty much.
Right?
Do the points refresh there. And you got Ryan Johnson, 12 points back of Rick Johnson.
Rick Castle right there, though. I mean, who knows?
Christopherson also moves up some spots here. 15 points back. Rick Castle, 17 back.
With 4 races to go, I mean, this championship is definitely attainable for guys that, haven't won on Friday night for a championship.
Right. So, Milty, you got our podium guys?
No.
Pardon me while I freak out while a stink bug lands on my arm.
It won't bite you.
I know, it was just shocking. All of a sudden, I felt something wiggly on my arm. All right, well, okay, we got everybody. Looks like Shane Wisman, man, you had control of the early part of this race as Slam and Ken started in the rear there. Looked like you were just cruising, and still a strong finish there. What more did you need to go your way there to hold those two off?
I couldn't figure out how to get speed in the short run. I knew I was pretty decent in the long run, could maintain my 21 flats, 21 ones that I was running, but short run speed was awful tonight, and figured by the time they caught me, I burned up my tires on that before that first yellow flag pit stop, and coming back out, I took better care of them. But it was just they had built too much of a lead on that short run. So kudos to them. It was an excellent run by both of them coming up through the field like that.
Well, you looked really strong in practice. Your preparation, everything I watched from afar. I picked you, and you ran a great race. I knew you'd be a top 3 car. Beating these guys at this level, another story. But did you get any damage with that wreck where you scraped the wall earlier?
Nope, was fortunate, didn't take any damage on that. So
That was definitely dodging a bullet there. We were worried about that.
I've got a problem with wrecking myself out if there's a spin in front of me. I think I've done that 3 Friday nights in a row. So
Oh, no.
It was nice not to finally wreck myself out and maybe get over that hump for once.
Absolutely, that was a good move. Got down low, got by that, scraped the wall a little bit, but great run, and proud of you, man. Good run.
Appreciate it.
All right, so second place, Slim Jim Gately started in the rear. Was that on purpose, or did you have a little problem in qualifying?
No, I whispered to Ken before the race, told him I was going to start in the back, and asked him to start with me. So both of those were by design.
Yeah, I thought so. I know you do that sometimes. You do the start from the rear challenge.
First of all, congrats, Ken. Great race. The deal with me and Chris, I thought I had a fender underneath you. I still think I did, but I haven't went back and looked at it yet. But you know me. I apologize if I was part of that, and I might have been. So until I look at it, I just don't know.
Oh, I had a lot of things going on in the cockpit there, Slim. I think you definitely definitely had the run on me. I think I just came down on you a little bit, so no worries, brother.
Just racing.
I was trying to have something for my friend Ken. I got involved in that one wreck before the caution came out with me and Chris there, and I got some damage from it and got it fixed. Thought I was okay, but man, as soon as I get any tire wear on it, it became a handful. It was just loose, and
Oh, wow.
man, I drove the wheels off of it trying to stay where I did, but I just couldn't hang with him anymore.
So we noticed on that last run there, you didn't.
Yeah. I mean, especially with the track position of Westman. And having the air on the nose and everything, as long as he stayed up front, I thought you guys would have a hard time dealing with him. But then you got track position, and Ken Shea was Ken Shea. It's like, oh, you remember me? I'm that 91 guy. I'm pretty good.
Super B. Great run there, Slim. And yeah, Ken, I would have picked you, except you were starting in the rear, and I thought, man, he's too exposed. He's going to get caught up in something. And I want to know, you think you still would have caught them if that went green all the way? Because it sure looked like it was going to at the start.
Yeah, I don't know. What were we at the first pit stop where we were 6-7 seconds back, I think? I don't know. It would have been fun though, I tell you that. Slim, I had a great time. Shane, great racing. And this whole league,
Yeah,
wow,
he's a
there's
badass.
no, that many people. This track, what do we have? 2 cautions, 3 cautions?
A few more than that, but it was
Yeah,
a
it's
pretty,
just all-
pretty light night.
That's what it seemed like, though. It didn't seem like that was that many, and yeah, it was a blast. Yeah, I was worried about starting in the back too, and Slim says, "Hey, you want to start in the back?" All right.
Couldn't resist.
Yeah, and then, that wreck that I had to pass you. I mean, you were stopped on the track. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta go. I can't wait around. I tried slowing down a little bit.
I would have done the same.
Yeah.
Well, the
Oh, yeah,
thing is you guys ended up 1 and 2, and then it was on, and then you just put the after. You were like a speed racer there. You just put the afterburner on.
Yeah. I don't know what
The
was.
X5.
I don't know what it was with Tuesday night. We were shifting, but tonight I didn't shift.
Well, I wonder. Chris, do you get the setups out of the most recent setup pack when you set this up, or is this a setup that you've had already in your loaded up in your game?
Nope, that was out of the most recent pack. So
And I don't have an excuse for you, Ken.
Well, yeah. Maybe you were there, so I had to mellow out a little bit.
Yeah.
It could just be the difference in the runs, because the chicken run, you're basically making 2 short runs versus the long run you're making tonight. Just a
Well, you
different
got to feel
mentality,
the
different
car,
approach.
and you guys definitely felt the car.
Felt the car, they felt the wind in their face, and the champagne stinging the eyes now as Ken Shea takes another short track on a Friday night. Great run there, Ken. And of course, we thank also the rest of our podium there, Shane Wisman and Slim Jim Gately, joining us here for the post-race show from North Wilkesboro. We got 4 more to go. Next week we'll be at Homestead, and the more modern version with the progressive banking. Always a fun race there. These truck physics run great around that track. One of my favorites to run in this mod, this type of physics. So that's always a barn burner. And we bring it out from there to Rockingham, North Carolina, and New Hampshire Motor Speedway, one of my least favorite tracks on the entire planet. And then my favorite, Darlington, to wrap up the season here and wrap up the year of 2022. So we'll see. You see the points up there on your screen. Still very much anybody's game here. You got Rick Johnson, Ryan Johnson, Jim Christopherson, even Rick Castle, all within less than 20 points of each other. Should be a great one to finish out here in 22. But until next,
That's what we look for as fans. We want to see, who's going to win this trophy. And we got a battle, man.
We got a battle. And we thank, of course, Bill Farmer, Farmer Brothers Contracting, putting up the hardware these guys are racing for. And we thank our series admin, Chris Beckman, and in-race reporter, pulling triple duty tonight as a driver, reporter, and admin. Doing all you do to help update the website and everything. We thank our series, our league owner-promoter, Sam Young, keeping this thing going almost 20 years now. In fact, next year is the 20th anniversary. I got to plan some stuff for that, because we gotta celebrate 20 years of NASCAR 2023 season coming up, which will be season 45.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. I think I gotta
reasonable.
I think I gotta give the stream a facelift for that one. It's gonna be a busy off season there. We thank, of course, everybody tuning in on YouTube, liking, subscribing, interacting with the video. It helps the YouTube algorithm gods get us noticed among sim racing enthusiasts around the world. And if you happen to be one of those joining us, watching tonight, come on over, apply at fsbracing.com.
We take pro racing. I mean, do you really want to watch guys just crash all the time, or do you want to see, pros going at it?
Anybody watching wants to join in, just sign up at fsbracing.com and give us a try.
These guys are good. Come on, really.
Hey,
maybe you too can get waxed by Ken Shea.
Little birdie told me somebody had some surgery here recently.
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing there, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing, great. I had a tumor removed off my neck, so thank God it wasn't cancer, as far as I know. I had the best in the world doing it, Stanford Medical, so got to figure out how to pay for it now, I mean, I have insurance, but
Yep.
Yeah, that doesn't help in this country.
Very, very lucky. I got lots of friends, lots of people, helping. Yeah, and I had Jim Ray take me up there. I had a pro sim racer drive me 3 hours to, Stanford and back while I was, out of it.
It's like how Jack Pershing had Eddie Rickenbacker driving him around in World War One.
I got Jim Ray, the guy that started
the founder
FSB, champion, great friend, and when I rolled up there in the Stanford, they were asking me who's going to be driving you back, and I was like, my friend Jim. know.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Glad you're doing all right,
Yeah.
brother.
And
Heck yeah.
you know, I met him doing this stupid little stuff, you know, but actually it's not stupid. It's
It's awesome.
Yeah, well,
it's
we appreciate
awesome.
what Jim Ray founded and built here, and of course we appreciate him being such a great friend, taking care
I
of
sure
our
as
buddy
hell
Milty.
appreciate him taking me there and bringing me back and doing fine, you know.
He took good care of our monster. That's what
Yeah.
we like to hear. Well, we're glad that you're back and feeling in good spirits, Milty. Hopefully you'll get to take a shower before next week.
Yeah,
And,
I can't take one till like 4 more days.
That's the
so
worst part after
I
the
stink
surgeries.
pretty-
Yeah, you can't get
pretty
them. You can't get
bad,
the,
you know,
the site wet. Yep.
I'm gonna keep the
Yes.
joke to myself.
All right, everybody. So
Yeah,
until
my wife is definitely not getting near me. You know?
we're gonna wrap this one up before it gets any more out of hand. We'll come back to you live again next week, same time, same place, from Homestead, Miami Speedway. But until then, blah, 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 blah. I've been your host, Sean Reap, with my co-host, Casey Cat, getting in the frame here. For FSB Racing Live, saying good night.
Yeah,